YouTube, what's happening? It's CJ the Detail Guy. Just hitting y'all back. There's another little update video on the Cutty and the Tahoe. So we give y'all a little quick walk around how I rearranged my shop. Try to make it a little bit neater. It's Friday, January 26th. A little gloomy day. As you can see, it's been raining. So I just been working on my stuff. A few jobs come through, but just handling my own stuff. But as you can see, the shop's been moved around. So you can see I moved my wash pit up here, closer to the doorway. It's a lot easier for me to actually get the cars in over to the lift or pull them into the spot over there. So that's why I moved that. Now I was having to take legs off of the carport to get the cars to get over there. So I moved my wash pit here, where I got all my wash stuff and all that set up right here. But I still can clean inside and do everything I need to do. It worked out good. I was able to add a little more lighting in here, so it's really bright right up under my carport where I do a lot of my buff work and stuff like that at. So you see Patience sitting under the lights right now, so you kind of can see how bright the lights are. Probably gonna add another light on this pillar here, on this pillar, just to add a little bit more light, but coming from the top. You got light there, light up there, light here, light in the middle, on this side. And when I hit the switch, let me show y'all that. When I cut the big lights on, I get even more light. So, got my switch right there. It's lights all over here. So you see how lights up there, here, and now more lighting underneath the carport where the cars get worked on. So it really gets pretty bright up under here. So this worked out great for me. Got the light down the wall. So it works out great for me. Like you see this side of the car, you see how much lighting is on it. So it makes it a lot easier to buff with all that lighting. Of course, I got lighting there, up top, back, off on the side. But yeah, so this is my wash bay area here. Then over here, what I did was my little workstation area that I had over here, I moved it over there. So now you see I got all my supplies over in the corner. I got my auxiliary tank right there so I can fill up water and stuff. It looked like it's about to fall, but it's not, yo. I got it set, leaning like that, so my water can flow out the piping good. But I got everything set up on that side. It was raining, so I had my van sitting right there. So all the water is just from the van is right there. It ain't dry yet. Got everything set up over here where I can get to everything. Like I said, I got all my supplies lined up, shelved up. Make it easy for me to get to my stuff, so I can get work and stuff like that done. So, but yeah, there's my water. So I can turn my faucet on, put water down in tanks and buckets and stuff like that. But this is still my workstation area here. It's a little messy right now. I got to clean it up, but ain't too much worried about that. But when it comes to everything else, still dealing with the rearranging. I still got some rearranging to do over there. Like I said, that's a lot of parts over there. A lot of the interior for Patience. But that's a lot of parts and stuff, so I gotta arrange all that stuff a lot neater. I do got a little extra space here, right now, until I, figure out when I'm gonna move this one and get started putting that one together. But for now, my focus is trying to get Patience finished and trying to get the Tahoe done. I don't know what I'm gonna call that Tahoe yet, but this red right here, this Cutlass, this is red, and then this one is Patience. So I don't know I'm gonna name that one yet, but still, I got some organizing to do. Like I said, with this Cutlass here, I've already got all the body work and stuff pretty much done on this one. I've had all the parts and stuff sitting here for a while. I mean, it's the hood, you got the doors, fenders, you got everything there, and the whole interior of the car here. It's dusty now, but as you can see, everything is in tip shape. Got to clean everything off, but ain't no painting and all that kind of crazy stuff got to take place. My packing tray, I probably redo that, make that look better. But shoot, I got my front bumpers there and then all the miscellaneous pieces. But shoot, this car's pretty much ready, so it's just a matter of me putting it together and getting this one on the road too. But like I said, right now the focus is the Tahoe and patience. So all this other stuff I'm working out little by little. So I'm gonna get that stuff straight here soon. Now the last time we was here, I just did an update video where I was working on, I think I was working on my AC box. Well, I finally got that joker finished. So it's all done, put back together. I got a new fan, got a new resistor, new high-speed relay, put the new evaporator core in there, heater core. I also was able to get the new office tube, so I already put that back in, and was able to fix and spray the inside of this down real good, where it's nice and smooth on the inside. Cleaned it out really good, all the drain areas and all that. I cleaned those areas out good. Put some reinforcement in the inside for little stretch fractures, stuff like that. But for the most part, you get some light so you can see it. For the most part, she came out pretty good. There's still a lot of cleanup I gotta do in this motor bay. Of course, y'all know when I got the car back from the first body shop, he jacked my engine bay up. So as you can see, everything is cleaned up in there when it comes to the heater box and stuff like that. That's been done. So brand new Continental evaporator core, heater core, so everything's working. There's no leaks. Everything seems to be just fine. Cleaned up my intake a little bit, my intake manifold, cleaned that up a little bit, but still got a lot of cleanup to do in this motor bay. What I'm getting ready to be working on now in this one, if you see that pulley, you can see the pulley. Hopefully you can, but the pulley right there, straight down. You can see that pulley, you kind of can see the belt sliding off of it a little bit. I gotta put the bigger bars in there. You see that right there? There's another one right there beside it. When ICT Billet sent me these, I ordered these brackets. They said it was for the Corvette bracket setup and water pump. So that's what that water pump is that you see right there is a Corvette Camaro. So I went and got everything that goes with that. So it's supposed to be flush across the front of this when it comes to how everything lines up. But for some reason, it's slightly off. So my belt keep popping. So what I figured out is that pulley right there, the tensioner right there down here, that one is too far in. So I got to get it out a little bit. So I got some more brackets there to change, and I got those. They came in the pack. When you order the ICT Billet brackets, man, they send you more than enough to get your job done. So and adjustment little brackets and stuff. So here's the main brackets that I have. See all of these here. So I got the shorter ones in there. I need to put these in there, and that'll bring it out a little bit longer. Maybe, let me see something. Maybe you can see it when I go to, and again, it got longer bolts too, so if I need to use longer bolts, I can do that. But let's go back to the car and look at how much longer, I believe, a little bit longer these will be on the car. As of right now, you see those that's on there now? See how short those ones are? Right there. So I'm looking to get that a little bit longer so I can get a little bit more distance. So you see, hopefully you can see the distance it'll give me. That'll be just enough that I'm gonna need to push me out right here. You see it? I hope you can see how it looks. You see how you can't see it when you look down that bolt? That's where the problem is. It's pushed back too far. So as you come around, now you start to see it, but you see the belt starting to slide off. So I need to get that tension pressed out. This tension here. This one. I gotta get that one pressed out a little bit further. That's the one that you turn down to adjust it. So, but in order to get it on this bracket, you gotta go hook it in right there. You see those two bolts? That's where you hook it in at, right there. Alright. And I think nah, that's it. Those two bolts right there. You get those two, put these a little bit longer, spacers on there, and you'll get it exactly. It should be exactly right. Let me say it like that. So hopefully that's gonna stop my belt from popping off. What I also might do is I might go get a little bit smaller belt too, to see if that'll work as well. So I mean, everything's right now seems to be doing fine, except for the belt popping off right now and again. But it seems like everything else in this engine bay is running fine. I didn't hook my heat and AC controller back up. Like I'm still dealing with these wires. Like I said, my wire man just kind of just stalling me out. So I'm gonna have to sit down and get my schematic book. I know I went and bought one of them Oldsmobile books and start really going through the wiring and see what's what. So I mean, he labeled a lot of them. If you can see a lot of the stuff that labeling on and stuff. He labeled, you know what I mean? He was doing his thing. But he just slowed down a little bit on, being consistent with, showing up. So, and that's not a money issue because I keep him paid. So, yeah, I got to get that done. But once I get that done with patience, get the wires finished, I'm going to start putting this car back together, especially the interior. I'm going to start putting all the panels up on the walls and stuff back in. Because it ain't too much left back there in the back for me to do. So I'm gonna put a lot of that stuff back in because most of that stuff's done. So that's like seat belts on the walls, that kind of stuff. And of course, I'm gonna put my kill mat and all that all over the upper parts and all that of the car first, then put it all back together. So that's coming along slow. Besides that, man, patience ain't got far to go. Once I put this interior back together, that's when the windows and stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and get the last 3 windows put in. Once I get all that stuff squared away. Like I said, just want to get all the wiring straight, make sure all the wiring is good, it's in its place on the floor where it's gonna be, so I ain't got no issues with, hitting wires and shortening out wires and stuff like that. So, something else I thought about doing, y'all see my seat brackets here? And here, now I've been looking at Janky Fabrications, and big ups to him, man. He in his garage building stuff. He doing that. Goose Performance doing that. They taking they trade, they skill, which is metal, dealing with metal and being able to fabricate the brackets and things that they need. But shout out to them. But that was big that he did that. I'm thinking about trying to get a set from him, from Janky Fabrications. This seat here, this passenger seat, I mean, it sits perfect in the car. Ain't no issues with how it sits in the car. But it does sit a little close, and even when I scoot this one back, it doesn't go back as far as my driver does. Now, my driver's seat, I can sit that driver's seat all the way in the back seat. You know, so that seat's good. I could adjust. I got all kinds of adjustments on that one. But this one only slides back and the back goes back. And it doesn't go back that far. So this person would still be sitting kind of close, especially if it was a taller person, they would still be sitting kind of close. So I'm gonna holler at Janky Fabrications. I'm gonna try to get that passenger seat bracket adjustment from him. It's real simple how he building it, but the fact that he built it, that's what's up. So I'm gonna support the black business. So just give me a little time, get my little ducats in order. I'm gonna grab it. Once I get it, of course, y'all know I'm gonna do a quick review on it. But he doing his thing down over there, wherever he at. He doing his thing in his garage. So yeah, but this patience coming along. This engine bay starting to clean up. I still got, a few little rearranging of things in here to do. But once I get all that stuff, it's gonna clean up good. Then when I put the cover over the intake manifold, that's gonna, give it a different look. I also got to get the cover for under the hood here to cover this area up, make it look a little good. So once I get all that stuff, this whole area gonna look a lot better. And patience will be ready to just be driven and ridden around. I ain't really trying to, with everything I done went through with this car, man, I ain't pressed about too much winning trophies and all that kind of stuff like that. I just want this car running, looking good, everything working like it's supposed to, because it's an accomplishment for me, y'all. I've been wanting to redo this car here for years. I'm talking about probably, man, it's been like 15 years. Y'all know the story. It's been longer than that, but just to get it done and be able to ride this car, I'm gonna be extremely happy. So I'm just trying to get it there, y'all. Even with the imperfections, that's on it, I'm just gonna enjoy it and just ride. You know what I'm saying? So that's patience. But the other thing I'm in here doing today, if y'all see my hands, look at them hands, greasy. Look at them hands, knuckles. I'm in here dealing with this truck. And y'all remember I told y'all that when I first put this motor in here, I drove it around the area out here. Y'all saw that in the video, and it lost power for some reason. It said reduce power on the gauge. So I stopped driving it because I wasn't sure what was going on with it. So, my buddy from the machine shop who built this motor for me, he came out, we drained the oil, and in doing so, we found that an internal part on this engine had failed somewhere in that oil pump or oil pan area. So it was metal chunks in that. So I ain't driving no more, I just had it sitting, but it's been sitting for like a year. So, I ain't cool with that. So that's money that I got tied up in this. I could be driving or either sold the truck at this point. But I'm trying to get this motor out. So I'm working little by little, step by step. I told you I drained all the fluid. So, as I'm doing step by step with it, I ain't got no whole bunch of fluids all over the ground. So, you know what I mean? So oil is out, coolant is out. So now the whole process now is taking the wires and things loose, which I've done most of that. I've got the intake manifold out, it's sitting right there, the alternator out. So what I'm getting ready to do now, I'm getting ready to start pulling out this water pump. After I get the water pump, to get that the AC up out of there, and then work my way over this way to my water pump. My fuel. I'm tripping. To my power steering pump. But on these, you gotta remember the lines that's on these. They connect up here to this booster. I want to call this a hydro booster. So you gotta undo the line right there at the top, and it's a rubber line that comes around. Where is that? It's a rubber line that comes around here. You see that rubber line with the clamp on it right there? You gotta undo that line. When you undo those lines, then you can, and then of course, the lines that's hooked to your power steering, your actual pump right there, you gotta undo those lines as well. Well, one of them actually, the rubber line that's right there. You got to undo that one. The line this line here goes back up to your brake booster, so you don't have to mess with that one. That would be, let me show you. This line here, you don't got to mess with this line, but this line you got to undo. And then this line right here, hopefully you can see it. This line here, there's a clamp, rubber clamp to the pump here. Then it's a line here. Take those two off. Then undo that line here and the rubber line on the other side. Once you undo those, you can pull your whole power steering pump and bracket out, and then that'll just expose the whole front side of your motor. So that's what I'm in here doing on this Friday. Like I said, the weather not too good, so kind of slow day for me. As far as my other work, my detail work, I got a lot lined up when it comes to that though. So today I'm kind of happy I got time to fool with my stuff a little bit. But that's what we get ready to do. That's what we get ready to do, man. Patience looks so good. I don't know. Look, I don't care what nobody said. Patience looks so good to me. And she ain't even got all her chrome on it yet. I'm waiting on that stuff to come back from the polisher. I sent it off to Wayne's Polishing. Where's his information at? Let me show you this guy's information. But I sent it off to him. He got it right now. He just been sick, so let me see if I can find one of his books. Wayne's Auto Parts and Chroming. That's his number right there. He up in the Fredericksburg area. He'll pick up stuff if you're in Virginia. He'll pick your stuff up. You just gotta call him. It just depends on the area, but this is Wayne here. But yeah, just call him and see what y'all can come up with, and shoot, he might be able to work it out for you. Now that chroming, that polishing ain't no joke. He told me some of the prices on that stuff. I said, hold up, wait a minute. Let's do this or that first. It ain't no joke. So, yeah, right now, man, everything's on a budget these days. You know what I'm saying? You can't go too crazy. So, but Patience is looking good, man. She dirty as a mug. I ain't washed this joint probably in a month, 2 months. So, she dirty. She just sitting there waiting. So, I'm going to keep plugging at her, getting her together, as well as plugging at him, getting him together. So, once I get this joker here pulled out, that'll be a weight off my shoulders, because of course putting it back together, putting it in, to me is easy. You can do that. The tuning, I got to get it tuned. I got to get Patience tuned. So it's a lot with these two that I got to get done. So this one here, I'm just taking my time. Everything's already here. So it's just a matter of me putting the engine in, putting it back together, sending it off to paint. The paint man really don't even want me to put it back together. He said he'll do it. Just make sure all the screws and everything is there. I'm thinking about changing my mind on taking it off the frame. I only saw the 2 core support bushings was bad. The ones in the back and the middle of the car, those are all good. I ain't want no issue. This car was kept in a nice weather and temperature area. So it only had a couple bad ones that's easy to take off, which was like that one, this one here, and the 2 core supports. So I'm gonna change those 4 out, and then I'm gonna just get the motor bay, get the frame, get the undercarriage, all that stuff. I'm gonna get that treated and painted. So that should hold up, that should be good. So I ain't too much worried about, frame off on this one right now. We'll save that for whenever I go back through this one. You know what I'm saying? So when I get ready to go back through this one again, then I really go crazy. But for right now, I'm good with it the way it is. Like I said, these cars, you'll know when it's an issue when the body slants. This body is straight, it ain't leaning. It's body is strong, the frame is strong, everything is strong on it. So I ain't gonna do too much craziness to this car. I'm gonna get it all cleaned up, get that firewall looking good, get everything neat, get the interior back to factory with a few little upgrades. Upgrades meaning it's gonna have a wrap dash, a wrap center console, digital gauges, but then pretty much everything else in here outside of the radio course, is going to be a newer radio and a newer AC and heat that's going in here. Outside of that, it'll be the stock seats, you know, everything stock within the car. So I don't keep talking y'all head off, man. This CJ the Detail Guy just, you know, came back at you with another quick little video. Y'all know what's up. If I got some more, I'll hit you back. I'm gone.